Hello, my name is Nicole, and I'm going to be doing a book review on The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime by Mark Haddon. I really enjoyed this book, and I gave it a 4 out of 5 because I really liked the author's use of perspective in which I could really get into what the narrator was saying, and I really could understand his perspective on everything, and I could really understand the mental deficiency that he had really well through just not what the author said explicitly, because he really didn't say much very explicitly, but like how the narrator said that his mind worked and how he said certain things and how he went about doing certain things. And I really enjoyed that, how relatable and how I felt like I knew the character by the first few pages of the book, and I really enjoyed that. I also liked how the author used only prime numbers for the chapters. I thought that was really cute and clever, seeing as there was a lot of math themes going along with it. And for those of you not aware or don't know very much about this book, it's about this autistic kid. Pretty much he has Asperger's, and he's like this great savant, and he knows like a lot about math, and he has like a lot of things going on in his life that aren't very conducive. Like his father is like it ends with, and his mother is dead supposedly, and there's a lot going on with this kid. And you see him, and he's, as you can see, he's a very objective thinker, but when you see these conflicting emotions within him with his objective thinking and like the personal things that go along with life, and a life as complicated as his. And I really like how the author chose to deal with the situations that the narrator went through and the protagonist went through, who is Christopher, an 15-year-old autistic child. And I think that everyone should read this book because it gives you a good perspective on how certain how people with Asperger's function and how they think. A lot of them think. I don't think this is specific to Asperger's in general, but you definitely get to understand another person's perspective and how a person who has some sort of mental hang up might have to function throughout their day just like us, but they have so many more obstacles that they have to go through than us, and it's remarkable. And it really gave me a greater respect for people with mental disabilities. Not that I didn't have it before, it's just that now I'm just like, wow, the fact that you were able to operate with me and talk to me, I give you your kudos in that. So check out this book. I give it a 4 out of 5 because it was very enjoyable. It was very funny and cute. Yeah, it was very serious at times, and it was like an emotional roller coaster, and it was very witty and quirky and very conversational, and it felt like you knew the kid forever, and it was lovely. So check it out. Let me read to you the first few paragraphs. It was 7 minutes after midnight. The dog was lying on the grass in the middle of the lawn in front of Mrs. Shear's house. Its eyes were closed. It looked as if it was running on its side, the way dogs run when they think they are chasing a cat in a dream. But the dog was not running or asleep. The dog was dead. There was a garden fork sticking out of the dog. The point of the fork must have gone all the way through the dog into the ground because the fork had not fallen over. Yet they decided that the dog was probably killed with the fork because I could not see any other wounds in the dog, and I do not think you would stick a garden fork into a dog after it had died for some other reason, like cancer, for example, or a road accident. I could not be certain about this. I went through Mrs. Shear's gate, closing it behind me. I walked onto her lawn and knelt beside the dog. I put my hand on the muzzle of the dog. It was still warm. The dog was called Wellington. It belonged to Mrs. Shears, who was our friend. She lived on the opposite of the road, 2 houses to the left. Wellington was a poodle, not one of those small poodles that have hairstyles, but a dog poodle. It had curly black fur, but when you got close, you could see that the skin underneath the fur was a very pale yellow, like a chicken. I stroked Wellington and wondered who had killed him and why. And that's how the book starts off, and that's really interesting. And if you like detective stories, and if you like stories about mysteries, just check this book out, and you'll really like it, and you won't regret reading it. So have a good day, and the next book review is going to be Franny and Zoe by J.D. Salinger, and I hope you like that one too. So bye.